Hey everyone, Eezore here, and for this video we're going to be covering a few of the achievements in the game Earthlock Festival of Magic. I'll be explaining how to get Tide Bestiary, Great Wave Alumni, Champions of Umbra, Fearless in Karba, and Disciple of the Onurasi. These achievements are all battle related and as such work well to explain them all together versus separately. So let's start with the most difficult first, eh? Great Wave Alumni. For this one, you have to craft one of every single perk. There are 20 total to craft, but most are given throughout the story or the barnacle quest. Yes, you need to actually find all of the barnacles in order to get this one done. That will cover 16 of the total perks, so like I said, most are given to you. Pay attention to your counts because you'll be given one copy of the perk as well as the recipe. So after you make the perk, you'll end up with 2 copies of most of them. You do need to actually make each one, so just watch that. There are 2 more to be gained from getting gold in both tournaments, and the last 2 are received from killing both the additional bosses. I'll post a playlist of videos for all of these events, and it shouldn't be too bad overall. However, getting the materials is another story. The biggest issue I ran into was getting enough of the rare loot drops for the perks. Fine blossoms to be exact. The rare drops can be attained from any of that particular species, whether it be the first encounter you have with them or the strongest forms, and if you need some of one kind like I did, I would suggest farming them when you grind out levels. I'll post a link in the description on where to find all the materials. That brings us to the next 2 we'll be covering. Fearless in Karba, max out the bonds with all characters, and Champions of Umbra, get max level with every character. Best places to grind these are as follows: the tournaments, the Tremel Tree, and then Nadir. Just pick whichever one you're most comfortable with, then grind out as much as you can. There is a level cap for XP, meaning you can't just sit in one area forever and hit 20. Like I said, Nadir is perfect for getting the last few levels simply because of the amount of mobs in that area. As for the bonds, as long as you've been paying attention to your party the whole game, you'll likely only really need to grind out PAT, or P-A-T. It's annoying when everyone needs to raise bonds with one person, so I would really only focus on this after you get all 6 members. This will happen as you reach level 20 and you'll still have time to spare for it. Disciple of the Onurasi. Sure hope I said that right. For this one, you need to completely fill up all of the talent boards. You get 1 talent point for each level you gain, and 1 point for hitting bonds level 1, 3, and 5 respectively with each other member. There will be just enough talent points to fill up the board completely, so this will come as you grind out the last 2 like I talked about. The only thing you need to really worry about is Taika's board. You'll need to use the 6th sense ability on certain monsters in order to get an ability, and you need to get all 4 extra ones to fill up the board. The monsters are as follows. Spark Tank will give you the lightning ability, the Blue Barghest will give you Frostbite, the Little Marvel Blue version will give you Gust, and the Crabbler will give you Quake. From what I saw online, there are a few monsters that will give you the skills, but these are the ones that I used. Just use 6th Sense when you are fighting these monsters. It can even be done in the tournaments, and you'll get it. That leaves us with Tide Bestiary. Kill 1 of every monster. This will come mostly naturally, and the only ones you'll really need to search for are the extra bosses and the ghosts. When you first enter the scroll roads, head to the left. There's an NPC there who will give you an ability that will let you see ghosts. These ghosts show up everywhere, and I would suggest only having it on for areas that you can kill the actual mobs as the ghosts scale depending on where you are. For example, after getting the skill, if you go back to the beginning of the game, you'll fight ghosts you can one-shot. And if you go through the scroll roads, you'll find ones that take a bit more punishment. They count as a monster, and you'll get a really good ability for every 25 you kill. They can't respawn, so once they're dead, they're gone. The only thing is, there are 2 kinds of ghosts. The only spot I found the 2nd version at was in Karba on the lower level when you go to get Benjo. They're more of a blue or purple color than the usual green or tan. That was the only monster that gave me any difficulty to find. And that's it. Like I said a few times, most of these will come naturally, with only really going out of your way just a bit for 1 or 2 parts of them. All the achievements really kind of piggyback off each other, meaning you'll need to do all of them to get all of them. Wait, does that make sense? All of them to get all of them? You know what I mean. Don't ask questions. Hope the video helped explain how to get these achievements easily enough. Leave a like if it did, and leave a comment if there is any confusion for these. I'll try to clear it up a bit more if possible. If you like achievements and other video game related content, that's kind of my jam. So consider subscribing if it's your jam too. Thank you all for watching. I've been Eezore, and don't forget to keep your story going.